Hi, this is Ryan Lawler. I'm here with TechCrunch TV. Today we're here with Sam Friedman of ParkMe. Now you've got an app that allows users to see where there's open parking spots, right?
Correct. So thank you for having me here. Yes, that's exactly what we do. We have an app that can tell you the real-time availability of street parking and garage parking. So when you're driving down the street, you don't have to circle the block anymore. You can know before you go.
Okay. And you're also announcing some funding.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit about who's invested in you.
So we raised a round, Series A round about a year ago,
Right.
which we had two investors. One of them was IDG Ventures,
Right.
based here in San Francisco, and another group was Fontanellis Partners. And the cool thing about Fontanellis is that it is it's a venture capital arm, and the founder of it is Bill Ford, who the executive chairman of the Ford Motor Company. So that's a great relationship for us to have because one of our things is not just to be on our phones, but actually to be in the dash of a car. So now your car, your Ford, your navigation system can tell you where to park, and tell you the closest, nearest, cheapest parking.
Okay.
So that was our first round. Then our second round that that we're just announcing is the same investors did their pro rata, as well as a new group led it called the Angelino Group.
Okay.
And they're a Los Angeles-based private equity firm, and they invest in historically natural resources and energy, and they're very interested in the ITS space, intelligent transportation, because there's a lot of disruption that can occur in transportation.
Okay, cool. So before we actually get a chance for you to show me the app, why don't you tell me a little bit about where you get the data? Like, how do you determine where parking spots actually are available?
Great question. So the genesis was that my co-founder and I would ride bikes on the street and take photos of parking garages. We would, and that was in LA. It was really, we started this company for, out of the need to help our own parking problems. Right. I got way too many parking tickets, living in Los Angeles. Said this must be a problem that other people have. So. Right. Effectively, we did it manually at first. We gathered the data just by taking photos of parking garages, marking down the sort of street sign restrictions, and then what we did was we expanded it out to, as we grew and raised money, we had other people do it and did it across the country. So that's how we get the static data. The real-time data, which is very cool, is so any garage, generally speaking, that has a gate or that can take a ticket. Right. We can connect to their back-end system and get the real-time information from their system. So we can know the exact occupancy, the ins and outs of every garage. Right. For the street parking, depending on the setup in the city, for example, San Francisco has sensors in every space. Okay. So we actually work with, there's an API that we tap into to get the real-time sensor count. Now that's not every city can have sensors, right? It's a very expensive operation. It may have maybe the city of San Francisco cost them maybe $24 million. Oh wow! LA just did it. It's a similar price tag. It's actually they needed federal funding to do it. So not every city has that. So we needed a solution to be able to scale when there weren't sensors in the ground. Right. And the way we do that is we tap into the smart parking meters that take credit card. Okay. So what we do is we can stream real-time information from credit card meters, decoupled with any personal information, and then correlate that with an algorithm to what we think the occupancy is. Okay. So we can provide a heat map of likelihood of finding parking.
Okay. And so this is all based on meters and parking garages. This isn't like just open street parking.
It is not. There needs to be some infrastructure in place. Yes,
okay.
There needs to be some. However, for open street parking, we can still tell you the sign restrictions, right? So it takes a PhD to read all of those signs and figure out if you can park there or not. We can calculate all of that, and I can show you in the app to tell you, yes, you can park there, or no, you can't. So you don't have to worry about that stuff.
Okay. And before we get to the app, one last thing. So you have You're in LA, you're in San Francisco. I mean, which other cities are you available
We
in?
launched, so we have static data in 300 cities across the country.
Okay.
200 in Europe and 50 in Canada.
Okay.
For the real-time data, we have it in San Francisco, Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, there's many sort of little things, suburb, Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, downtown. Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So we launched in Austin. That was actually our first city.
For South by Southwest,
Yes,
I was there.
Yes, we launched in Austin, and we'll do some cool things this year for South by that has something to do with parking.
Okay, cool. So why don't we take a look at the app? You can show me what's new. This is version 3,
Yes.
I believe? Okay.
3.0. It's the cool thing about this is that this is the version that really has the street parking information.
Okay, cool.
So here is downtown San Francisco. Now you have a couple options. You can choose whether you want to see lots and garages or street parking. So right here it gives you a menu of a map of all the parking garages in San Francisco. Now, what's cool is some of these garages, as you can see, have real-time information. So that facility there, 79% full, has the real-time occupancy. You can click into it. It will tell you all the occupancy information. It will tell you the entire pricing, the hours of operation, the payment types, monthly parking. It will tell you. You can call the phone number. But what's really cool is that if I want to park somewhere, say for an hour or 2 hours, I know how long I want to park there. Generally speaking, I need to, before I couldn't compare apples to apples because each rate card was different, right? This rate card has a different sort of different variables than say this rate card that just has those two.
Sure.
So just tell me how much it is for an hour or 2 hours of parking. What's also cool is if you're driving, and by the way, don't use this while driving is the preface. You just want to know really quickly what's the cheapest slot. Well, you can press ParkMe, and it will actually zoom you in to the cheapest lot. Boom.
Okay.
And if you want a different lot that's the second cheapest, you press it again, it will zoom you in. So it's a useful, that's the real trick with a parking app, is that you need to catch the attention of someone and you maybe have 5 seconds. Right. And you need to give them all that information in 5 seconds.
Right.
So, that's generally the app. The goal is to really save the driver time and save him money while trying to find a parking space. It's estimated that, say, 30 to 50% of traffic congestion is caused by people trying to find parking. So it's a big sort of issue that city council wants to solve, and it's a local issue definitely. And that's the crux of what we're doing. We also have a parking timer, a mark my car feature, so if you forgot where you parked, little things to just help you find, help you with the parking experience.
Awesome, cool. Well, thanks for stopping by and showing us the app, and good luck with your funding and expanding to new cities.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks a lot.